Welcome back to another video, guys, and today I finally beat chapter 17 mission 41. Oh my god, I think this is the hardest mission in the game by far, because of those annoying scientists. These guys are, I think, for me the hardest enemies to beat because they have so much hit points and they give you poison and they hit really hard. So yeah, they are really hard to kill, but I'm gonna show you how to do it. The whole mission is based on luck, 100% luck, guys. I've been resetting until I get the good dice combinations. Now when it comes to the team you should use, this is the best team that works in this mission. I don't think any other team works, because every character is so specific here, has specific skills here that you need to use for certain occasions. Now the main character that's gonna do the damage is gonna be Green Mike. He is one of the best characters in the game, especially for these high level difficulty missions. He's gonna give poison, and poison is gonna stack and do damage and kill the stronger enemies, or the scientists in this case, in a couple of turns. Next up we have Blue 11. So Blue 11 is actually going to take and you are gonna activate roles that actually have dodge dices, because you want to build dodge to your team so they can so they can last longer against the scientists. And Lucas gives you, as you know, dodge dices when you swipe up red dices. You have Orange Max, who is going to absorb the damage in the beginning, so you can actually roll the dice combinations. And whenever you're gonna add a lot of dodge on her as well, because then she's gonna stay alive for longer, and you're gonna see as the mission plays through. Okay, and then you have Purple 11. Now her only goal is actually to activate the green dices, the poison dices that Mike is going to create. She only want to focus on her activating those green dices. That's her job in this mission. And then you have Lucas, who's gonna give the dodge dices and who's gonna be able to pick off enemies. Because he's a red character, he's gonna do more damage to green characters, and most enemies in this mission are green, or the tougher enemies are green, so he's a very good pick as well, apart from just giving dodge. Okay, so quickly I'm just gonna walk you through the stages of each mission. So the first stage, you have these Soviet Union goons. Now keep in mind there is a bug here, because they can actually, if they attack you, the attack passes through dodge as well, and they still damage your character for some reason, but I think they're gonna fix it soon. Anyway, make sure you reset the mission after 2 turns. If you don't get the good combination starting to roll, like 4 or 5 dice combinations hitting, reset the mission so you get the better dice startup lineup. Make sure you auto this. These harder missions, you have to auto them, because the auto is gonna give you, the auto AI is gonna give you a better option for the, it's gonna swipe the dice, which are gonna give better combinations in a way. So it's always smarter than you just thinking where to swipe. So make sure you auto. The only time you don't auto is when you have to activate the ability. For instance, 11, you have to activate green dice. That's why you stop, you activate the green dice. Or you have Blue 11, you want to activate the dodge roll dice, so you do that. So yeah, that's what you do. Make sure you, when you use abilities, you play manually, but when you actually swipe dice, just go auto. Okay, so the first stage is this Soviet Union guys. Make sure you kill them without losing any character. Everybody should be alive by the end of the stage. You should have Green Mike charged, as well as a Purple 11. Ideally every character should be charged as soon as you finish this wave, and you have to be ready to have poison dice ready, especially for the last 2 columns, because the scientists are on the left and right side, so you want to have green dice, poison dice on the left and right hand side. When you go to the second wave, now you straight away activate the green dice. You use 11, activate them, hit the doctors. You want to have them poisoned as soon as the mission starts, the wave starts, because especially if you finish the last wave with an ability, they won't give you poison straight away. They're gonna wait for you to finish your turn, so you can actually have an advantage here and poison them before they actually poison you. Now you just strategy here is basic. Just stack up dodge, create poison dice, activate them, hit the scientists. Use Yellow Mike's ability, because Yellow Max, she is actually going to do double damage, because she's going to get poison. Whenever she has debuffs, she does double damage. So this is really important, because now you can actually clean up those 2 red enemies, so you can make space for the green dice to hit the scientists. That's what I did as well. It's really important to use your ability to clean up. Don't hit the scientists. The poison is going to do the job. You just ensure that you actually just hit the dogs in front of the red dogs. And yeah, that should help you. Now it's possible. It's actually very likely you're gonna have a couple of characters die. I don't think anybody has beaten this mission without any characters dying. Yeah. Whenever you finish this wave, keep resetting, guys. It's gonna come to you. I've been resetting quite a lot of times. Maybe I did like 50 tries, something like that. It was crazy. But yeah. The last wave is very easy. You just have 2 shields and you have this guy with shield. You can either easily take it out, or you can prepare some poison dices and just poison him and then do the job. It's not that bad after you finish the scientists. Honestly, those guys were the toughest ones in the mission. But yeah, that's as much as this mission goes. And now let's have a look and let's have a look at the actual mission and let's see how what we're gonna do. So as you can see, we start with auto. Straight away, as you can see, the dice start rolling. I got really lucky this try. Look at this, they just keep rolling. We got the combos coming, charging up our characters, and now I am charged. So now I can actually do the damage with Lucas. We're gonna damage this guy because he's gonna attack us on the next turn. And then we're gonna activate some dices. Yeah, get the poison dices rolling straight away. Okay, and now we have another turn. We have 11. Who now we're gonna activate the red dices because they have dodge, as you can see, because there's no point to activate the poison yet. So we're gonna actually use and activate the red ones, so we can look at this. How lucky we got here. Look at these combos, guys. This was very lucky actually thing. That's how this mission is about luck. Look at it, we don't even take any damage. And now I'm gonna finish the mission. As you can see, I have green dice ready on the sides. I'm gonna finish the mission with an ability, because then I'm gonna have an extra turn before they attack me. As you can see, because it's still my turn, I can actually now take this into my advantage and activate. You see, poison dices, gonna damage the enemies. We're gonna do all these poison coming into the enemy, and then we're gonna activate that dodge dices as well. Okay, look at this. Now the scientists have poison, which is amazing, and the luck keeps going. Look at this. We have the chain of attacks coming up, and it's crazy, amazing. All right, look at this. We got the thorns coming as well. Now we're gonna create some more poison dices, and we're gonna clean up. You can see I'm gonna clean up this enemy so that poison dices can actually hit the scientists. Because you see the strategy here. Now I can actually the 2 right side poison dices can actually hit the scientists on the top. As you can see, the luck keeps going, guys, and now we're pretty much done here because the poison stacks. We have 16 turns of poison, and as you can see how fast it kills them. Just in 2 turns it cuts them health by half, even though they have so much health. We're gonna keep the poison going, and we're gonna go with the next one. You can see the luck keeps going with the dices again. Amazing. Now we're gonna take some casualties, not now, but we're gonna get some casualties. They're almost dead. As you can see, they're almost dead. Yeah, okay. Now they're gonna kill some of our characters because I don't know what, they also retaliate for some reason, and they just give you some really hard time. Now I got worried here because I lost my green mic, so I couldn't create any poison dices. But luckily, as you can see, my max has 7 dodge right now, so she's gonna last for quite a while. And you can easily just take out the shield. The guy's not gonna attack you yet. You have a bit of time to kill the shields. Now I can activate the poison dices because I still have 2 poison dices, although only one of them is gonna hit because they have the shield covering. They're still gonna take a bit of health, which is nice. Okay. And yeah, now because Max has the double, she has poison still left over, so she's going to do double damage. And now we're just going to kill the enemy. As you can see, he's going to get Fury, but that's fine because he's only going to be able to hit once, because he's going to kill 11 with that Fury attack. But you can see she is going to help us do a lot of damage before she dies. So yeah, the Fury is going to hit once, but then we have still 5 dodge, so we actually can dodge for like a bunch of turns. I think we have like 10 turns of we can just use it, but as you can see, we finished it. So you don't need to wait that much. So yeah, it's really nice, guys. I really like this strategy. Really lucky. But yeah, I'm finally done. I'm happy it's done. Hopefully you guys can beat it with this strategy as well. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys all on the boss mission coming up.